crypto market is at it again. After touching 40,500, Bitcoin is right now 42,765. That means you went up $2,265 in Bitcoin. So the idea of a macro run up shouldn't be a surprise for us. This is altcoin market. We talked about this. When the price was going lower, people were panicking. They had trouble. But we had our thought process. We were clear on what the hell we were talking about. This is like 21 hours ago in the SI family. But if you look at this, the argument which I put in is like, look at this, guys. This is a hidden bullish divergence. Last time this happened, the price went up. So when the price is going down, it's really hard to put such arguments because you can be proven wrong. But this was the thought process. This is the history. You're looking at it on a short term, you're looking at it on a macro, and you get the same thing, exact same thing, which means we have some serious upside. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. We went through all of these. We even talked about opportunities. Look at this. IOTX is up 100% for the month, up 20% for the day. We had our call earlier. We were in it. We were trading. So those who are taking benefit of it, that's 850 plus members in the SI family, they knew this was coming. Now, I'm not saying the entire assets are a huge opportunity. You do have some which are now kind of, 30x, 35x from the bottom of the cycle, not just the last year. If you look at it from the bottom, like they're already 35x, 40x something. They are getting overheated. So yes, you do have some area where you should be taking profits and moving it into other assets. But that doesn't mean each and every asset is showing you a red flag. You have massive opportunities in this market. This is what we talked about. This is what we are looking at right now. That's exactly what's happening in the market. Now, the key issue here is that even though we have super bullish news, this is like, the absolute bullish news narrative leading towards the Bitcoin ETFs. Or if you look at XRP, you will see these kind of things. That's super important. It's for remittance. You're actually growing. This is about cross-border payments. But what's the catch now in the market? When the price is going up like this, you will still see people like this coming out and saying, okay, watch this, guys. This is the local top. Maybe that guy is right. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm going back to look at the history and I'm like, okay, this was a time where that particular individual was saying, okay, this is around the top, you're about to go back down. So at 25, they were talking about 10,000. Where the hell are we right now? That gives you a lot of idea. Remember, when we were coming back up, they called it a manipulation. Remember, when we were dropping, after we watched the divergence, I showed you guys, like, guys, watch this. This means you are most likely about to see a reversal, which is a V-shaped recovery. Remember that? And we did that. So they were calling it for manipulation. We were calling it on the opposite side. So when the price went from 15,000 to 30,000 and corrected back to 25, they show you only that area where it's dropping. That's market manipulation. If you show the big picture, you're not looking at that stuff. Say if you zoom out and you just look at this entire picture, this drop here is not what you are scared of, because this is a trend moving to the upside. You're completely fine with that. So yes, you will have all different type of information in the market. Ultimately, you need to decide what you are going to believe. This is like maybe 24 hours back or 20 hours back where we were discussing through in the SI family. Watch this. This is something I'm hoping, and I doubled down in some of these trades, added more. We are doing exactly that in a lot of different assets. Now, I'm not just saying like, look at this, these are good opportunities. Some of them are entering with my own money and I share it in the group. See guys, I'm buying these assets. I drop the screenshot of my orders and they get to see that. That's where I'm like, okay, if you are looking for that, Join the SI family where 850 plus members are taking benefit of that calls along with all of these updates, education. Because some people don't understand. Yeah, there are different types of divergence. Sometimes the market gives you a hidden bullish divergence. You need to understand this. Now you have a clear edge or advantage in the market. We talked about the scenario when the price was like below 700 billion. Right now we are at 730, close to 730 billion dollars. So it literally went up 30 billion in market cap from there. That's not a small amount. Now, what the hell are we really looking at? The short-term structure, what is it looking like? If you actually put the perspective, I would argue, okay, this is something we cannot actually neglect. There is some room for this. You'll go up, maybe you are going to come back. I don't know, but this structure is super important. The point where you break this, now there is some serious thing coming, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. But as of now, the price agrees with the fact that you have a bullish divergence, a hidden bullish divergence, which is fine at the moment. Now, there's a short-term chart, so you have a lot of market volatility. Now, this is altcoin market, right, including Ether, right? At that point, when this shows you, it is giving you a hammer, a bullish hammer, making a support, a key level of double bottom support. That is something which we should be looking at, right? That is something which you should not be neglecting. Because when the market gives you these opportunities, ask that question. Who wouldn't take part in these? Now, great. Take this and ask the question like, where the hell are we? XRP briefly went down to 0.58. Yeah, we did. But a lot of people were scared and a lot of people were trying to scare others, not sharing the reality. We gave you guys this. The SI family was well informed that, guys, don't worry. You have a micro trend line. 1. 2, you are at a support zone. 3, you have a bullish divergence, a hidden bullish divergence. So you should start getting buyers from here or it will bounce back from here. This was the thought process. Maybe I'm wrong. This is what I talked to you. Now, it seems we had a point. Right now, we discussed about this from some time. How many of you remember the detailed explanations and details of what we would look like in few days to few weeks in last few videos? We went through all of that, gave you guys the right idea. Now, it is almost exactly playing out as we were discussing. I would personally argue that, you look at this. You may actually have a month of slow movement to the upside. Slow movement, not huge blow off, slow movement. You may actually grind higher like this, do a dollar, two and all. That would be a slow movement in XRP. But again, from the price where we are now, it is still a decent upside. Real pump should start in XRP when you see the daily RSI entering the overbought territory about 70. So as soon as this starts here, there is a lot more buying potential coming in. And the moment you see the weekly RSI entering here, okay, that's something you should be keeping an eye on. Last time that happened, it was all the way back in November 2020. So it feels like we haven't actually done anything like that before. RSI reaching 80, 85. If you're about to do that here, this is what we are looking for. That's the first big move after breaking through that level. And I'm like, okay, whatever it is, it shows we're somewhat like here. We have an upside. This upside will decide how many of them are going to jump into XRP, FOMO into XRP. Remember, we talked about payment assets in general, went through a lot of different assets, showed you different patterns. We discussed on that. Now the market shows you it is still inside the same pattern. Why? That's a big question you should be asking yourself. Because when you understand the fact that, okay, this is the payment assets, they're doing something like this, it's good, it's great, but what's the catch in it? Right now you're watching a different segment in the market running up. Now, for some of these assets, we are out. Meaning, we called out at $1.3 by 33. I'm like, I really don't know where the roof is. Being honest, I really don't know. We had the call all the way from here. I shared it on the last video or the video before that, right? The old charts. Now, this is a healthy market move. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. It's really hard to pick tops. One. Two, do you actually see any wave structure here? Zoom in and ask this question to yourself. One of the primary issue here is when you actually get this three-wave structure, it is a little bit hard to deny that fact that the market can do these, the macro, the micro. So when the price action shows you this, you understand something. Last time we did this, just exact same thing, you actually saw money moving into different segments. It went into utility assets, which was a huge thing. Now, we don't have a negative divergence yet. So most likely we would still have another upside. Wherever we top, we would have this for sure. Maybe it's not that high, maybe it's just a little bit higher. But that would show you a room or an area where maximum potential assets, which are still here, is starting that move, the big move. Now you go look at the gaming side. You're like, okay, these guys are doing nothing. Yeah. But you look at this, you have something. They changed the pattern. They're not trending to the downside now. They're in accumulation. If they break higher, everything changes. So that means you're now about to enter into that serious area where XRP and other payment assets, along with some smart contracts starts a little bit earlier, and they have already started moving. Remember, here in Cardano, I was saying we are completing a Wyckoff Creek. People were calling this is about to go down. We told, no, it's going to go up. Now, we broke the accumulation range. Remember, history repeats, it rhymes, whatever you want to say, however you want to put it. This is almost exactly similar to what happened last time. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. That's like the double bottom reversal. You get that. Now, if the market doesn't retest this, that's going to be a surprise move. But if it does, that's a huge opportunity for you. When Bitcoin blows through and reaches the 50K range, there would be a lot of people who would act surprised. Now, some of these guys, personally, maybe it's just me thinking like this. I don't think they don't understand the market. I definitely believe they see the prices going higher. But for some reason, they're sharing these kind of thought process. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But watch this. This is what the price action is showing you. How can you go against this? Okay, if you don't understand that, go into a line chart. Make it a little bit easier for you to plot a trend, to get the lines correctly. Because some people argue, no, trend lines, it cannot be plotted. Why? Because they only use candlesticks. It's really hard that way. I agree. No one disagrees. It takes time and effort to learn this shit and put it together. We've been doing it from a long period of time. From 2016, I've been doing this day in, day out, every single day, right? It takes time to master these things. But again, you are here to know what I think, and I'm sharing this. If you see this breaking higher, now your argument is at least we are watching 9 to 10% move to the upside. For Bitcoin, from this range, that is more than enough to actually say now you are having a new high or a local swing high for this run up. It's not 44, it's not 45, it's close to 47,000. That is something you need to think about. A month back, where the hell were we? We were still near 35,000. People were still putting you the argument we are going down to 20,000. A month before that, we were at 25. People were scaring the hell out of a normal retail guys like this. And I was like, no guys, no. There is no sense we are going to do that. We're going to go back up. Now we did that. Wait a second. Now, if you think there is a lot of volume, there is a lot of noise, you can't understand, forget about this. Look at the RSI. What do you personally see here? Maybe again I'm wrong, but I personally think the market right now is trying to play out a great stuff here. That's a balle move. If you actually go back up, that itself should reach 50,000. If you break this to the upside, woo, that's something which you have seen historically at the big levels. You can go back in the all-time index of Bitcoin and go back and look at, like, when did you actually break through all these ranges? That's a massive thing. Just a little bit above that means the price is going through the sky. You have seen this all the way back. Whenever Bitcoin RSI enters 85 plus, you're kind of going through that phase of euphoria, FOMO. There is no real explanation or measured moves at that time. You are going nuts to the upside. People would say, no, we are going down. But that's an area where you should actually start thinking, am I aggressive in the market? Am I going defensive here? Or should I be really defensively aggressive? These are different stages in a market cycle. If you actually read through the book, Mastering the Market Cycle by Howard Marks, he puts things really clearly. This is one of the primary reasons why I argued back in the day here that we are going to go up to touch 25,000. We did that. And when the price dropped here, I called for a V-shaped recovery. You can go back on 9th March 2023 earlier this year and see who else was saying that in this market. YouTube is there. Every video is recorded. You can't change history. So you go back to that March 9, March 10 and look how many of them were talking about a V-shaped recovery. I don't think I've seen anyone else. So that means market cycle is playing out, not just history. And the way market cycle plays out is the psychology of human beings. Now, this is the mass psychology. You have a ton of individuals playing their stuff, financial game in Bitcoin. They're trying to make a next generational wealth case for them. But financial institutions and whales would not make it easy for them. That is this game of volatility. They want to manipulate you. For sure, no one disagrees with that. But you have your own set of data, which is the market itself, to analyze it and say, okay, I see this is the possibility. I'm not going against it, which means now no one can actually manipulate you because you're only focused on the market. You're not focused on the news, the narrative which they are pulling you, because you're entering FOMO. In the FOMO season, yes, whenever there is a bullish news, the price pops through the roof. Now, to make it to the most bottom, simplest thing, you reach a euphoric area, you should think about, or in other words, you should think about a bubble territory or profit taking or moving out when your monthly candle is showing you a resistance in the RSI. That's something big. So historically speaking, Bitcoin has never topped out before it reached the all-time highs in that cycle. That's something big, guys. Think about that. We are at 62 now. To top out, you need to reach 88. On a monthly, we have seen 90s. We have seen close to 100. These are like nuts in terms of the market power pushing the prices up. So at that time, you will see these kind of thing blowing up in the market. The fudsters will be so hot because they get, just look at this. There was like, a lot of different individuals watching this. Is like, okay, 95,000 individuals have already seen. How many of you sold your asset just because of this one? Because you didn't actually understand the fact that the market was showing you this. And last time it showed that, it went up. We learn from the market. We agree with the market. We are not there to disagree with the market. We are there to learn from the market and say, I'm not smarter than history. I'm not smarter than the market. If you put in your equation and your financial model and that shit doesn't work, look what the market is doing. If the market is saying you something, listen to it. That's why it's important to learn the language of market. That's technical analysis. Some people believe it, some people does not. It's cool. It's your wish. But at one point, you need to look at this. Why the hell is these things repeating in itself? And it comes up with the exact same result. Not on a 4-hour chart. On a weekly, on a monthly, you get these exact same thing, the macro chart that guides your direction. So guys, if you're receiving value from this channel, smash that like button. And if you want to join 852 members and growing to get all these calls on the right time so that you won't make any mistake and you do see these kind of breakouts before they even come up, alive, walk in to the SI family. You're all welcome. Next 3, 4, 5 months is like the area where I would personally double down. Now, I've already doubled down. That's a different story. But if it's me who's entering new into the market and I'm on the sidelines, I'm thinking about opportunity, I'm thinking about participating in this bull run, this is the time. Maybe in a month you're late. Then you can just jump in to different assets, not position yourself well enough. So it's your choice. So guys, with that, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.